Little Matt was found out at Hungry Head, so he'd come out of his pouch and he was on the rocks at Hungary, and a fisherman was out there going spearfishing, and he went to jump into his bait bag. Well, he's an Eastern Grey, yeah.
So he's been to a vet and had his leg bandaged?
We've strapped his leg up, so noticed his toe was broken on the Saturday night.
So it's just the toe?
Just the toe, so...
Like similar to this section here?
It's right in the knuckle there.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's in there, so it was just flapping around.
That's crucial, isn't it, there?
Yeah, it is, yeah, and I suppose it doesn't matter if it's a bit fused, as long as he can hop. Yep. But I think, being the age he is, I think he'll... I reckon it'll repair pretty well, because he's growing so rapidly. And he's putting on weight, so he's already put on a couple 100 grams. I think he's a little bit shy with all the people. The chook, well, her mum got taken by a fox, so she slept inside. The first night I rescued her, and she's been sleeping inside ever since. So she's been interacting with all the wildlife for, what's that, 5 years? Nearly 5 years. Yeah, she likes to do that. He's Matt, because it was Matt found him, so I had to call him Matt. He's a male. He was about 2.1 kilos. So he's still a pouch baby. So he's not really ready to come out of the pouch yet. I'm an arborist, so the whole future of my business is restoration of ecosystems and tree planting projects. So that's the future of my business. I've been taking a break from tree removals. Tree removals. So part of the business is climbing up into big trees and removing those trees. So I've got an intimate relationship with trees, understand how wildlife interact with trees, the process of hollow making, and I think something like 80% of our wildlife use trees to nest in, to have their young. I think 80% are boreal. We removed so many trees in Australia. Most of the trees are about 100 years old. There is a little bit of old growth left, but people can look around and see sort of forests with bigger trees, but yeah, those trees are only 100 years old. And so we lack enough tree hollows for possums and birds and a multitude of animals that use these. That one's acting like a baby, and it's not.
Yeah, I've never seen it that way. He's just sucking on the teat now for comfort.
He usually do that for a couple of minutes, and now he needs to go to the toilet, so they can't go to the toilet on their own. So that's part of the feeding program.
Is that because when they're in the pouch, their mother does something, stimulates them or something?
She does, and they can't have a pouch full of wee and poos, so the mother's actually got to stimulate the joey to go to the toilet, and she'll actually ingest the wee and the poo.
She just lick it up.
Yeah. That's the only way to do it, or otherwise they'll do it in the pouch, and you get a really dirty pouch. It's not good for them. It's alright. Looks like pretty much it. You want to give me the toilet paper there on the bench, please? Oh, there's a poo. It's better than in the pouch and squishing it everywhere. I think because you're dumping so much milk down their stomachs, I think that it upsets their stomachs a little bit. They're meant to sip little bits of milk all day rather than get it all dumped in there. So his poos were much better. When he's finished, he wants to get back in his pouch. Hang on. The future of my business is to restore ecosystems and to reforest areas that have been cleared. So that's the future of my business, and try and link that in with looking after wildlife and even people that want to get out of the city and get onto some land and live with these animals and live with nature and grow their own food and help restore forests. And so that's the future of my business. And what I want to do is, combine restoring habitat with looking after these animals. So most of the regeneration works at the moment is just planting a few trees. So I want to do a whole lot more and link in releasing wildlife with these restoration projects, so that we can restore habitats. Habitats need all these animals in the system to be healthy. A lot of these animals plant all the seeds of the plants and trees that grow in these ecosystems. Every animal is vital in an ecosystem. You take one out and the ecosystem changes. In New South Wales, we cleared 85% of our forests. So within that 15% that's left, half of that's national park with some old growth, and the rest of it's fairly new forest. So in New South Wales, we've got something like 3% left of the original forest that was here before Europeans came here. I had some contact with our local member, Melinda Pavey. I'm actually trying to get a meeting with her so we can talk about tree planting projects and habitat restoration. And she seems quite approachable. And I think for me, I probably classify myself as a greenie. It's good to talk to these people that are perceived to be on the other side. They're the people to talk to win over, and Melinda can actually, help create some of this positive change that we need. I'm not in the Greens party. The political party I'd support personally is the Animal Justice Party. So they're out there just for animals.